front to the back, left to the right.
Hold tight, the misfit about to rock the mind. It's just the sole obligation.
Shoes. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my first ever sneaker review slash DIY explanation of what I did to both of the items I'm going to be talking about today. Let me introduce myself. My name is JR. This page is called Sole Obligation. I myself have been into sneakers since I was probably 12 or 13 years old. My first pair of actual sneakers, or basketball shoes if you want to say, were given to me in another story we'll get into later on in the time. But it was the playoff Air Jordan 13s, the originals that came out. So that is probably top 5, one of my favorite shoes. So that started it off for me when I was 16. Right when I turned 16, I got a job at Foot Locker. And I've been in and out of that company for a very long time. Sole Obligation, S-O-L-E Obligation. I've had that name on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook for probably about 4 years now. It caters to shoes, obviously, with the S-O-L-E, because I feel I'm obligated to talk about, show, tell the stories about, pardon me, the sneakers that I get. Now, again, this is my first time doing this, so there's going to be a lot of hiccups and obstacles that I'm going to run through, and I do like to rant every now and then, too. But shoes are more than just shoes, more than foot covers. Shoutouts to the homies at CGS. Shoes are historic stories. Shoes are personal stories. They're pieces of art, they're works of art, and they're works in progress. They make us feel something more than just the pain from a really high price tag. And while we know that we'll never have them all, we may want them all, but some of them we just have to have. And, you know, with that being said, I'm not going to really jump into much of an intro for the next shoe, or the first shoe, or collaboration, or whatever you want to call it, that I'm going to talk about here. But the Air Jordan 4 Levi's collaboration in the blue denim colorway. This was the first of 3 releases from this legendary collaboration. The first one dates back years and years ago, for the kids that don't know, or the heads that don't know. This one dropped on January the 17th at 306 Yonge and at Livestock. 306 Yonge just had the shoes. Levi's Yorkdale just had the jacket. I am located in Toronto, by the way, as I just said, Yorkdale Mall. Livestock had the shoes and the jacket, but you had to raffle, and I believe Capsule did as well. But first come, first serve was at Livestock, or pardon me, was at 306, and at Levi's Yorkdale for the jacket. That's another story we'll get into in a minute. These shoes released also with a reversible trucker jacket, which I have, which I'll get into. So there are the shoes there. The trucker jacket matched the shoes in terms of the denim colorways, obviously, and then the accenting colors of red and or white and or black. So there was a blue colorway, this one here, and then a black and blue colorway, or a black and white colorway, pardon me. Black and white colorways released on June 30th. The shoes retailed for $300, and the jacket was $198 Canadian. Not bad for the jacket, considering it was a collaboration branded Levi's jacket. I'm pretty sure their trucker jackets are like $100 or 120, 140, something like that. The shoe itself is constructed of an entire Levi's denim outer layer from top to bottom. As you can see, with the exception of part of the midsole. On the right shoe, I'll show you the right shoe here. You have your classic denim Levi's tag here that you can see, and if it'll focus there, give it a second, boom, classic Levi's tag that you see. Some of the versions that did come out had no text on the Levi's tag, 0 text on the Levi's tag. The research that I've done and all the reviews and everything that I've seen, that never held true to being more expensive or more limited by any means. I think I saw something on another channel regarding it being like the first 100 pairs of Levi's didn't have text and the rest of it did, or vice versa. I can't remember. There wasn't any specific reason that I've heard about that. If you know or have any reasoning to that, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below, because that would be great to know. So you have also 10 leather patches that sit atop the tongue here, just like you would see on regular Levi's denim, as well as tan leather patches and red Levi's tags on the outside of the tongue, just like a regular Jordan 4 as well. So you can see that there too. As you can tell, with my specific pair, I went ahead and I did a DIY service on them. I went ahead and bleached them and distressed them a bit with a precision, basically X-Acto knife kind of thing. I got it at the dollar store. Midsole, denim, sail colorway on the outside. Midsole partly has the gum on the toe box here. And then the outsole is red, sail, and gum as well. One of my favorite parts. So those are the shoes, and I'll get into how I distress them. This is the jacket. I also went ahead and did a DIY on the jacket. Wanted to give a big shout out to Levi's Eaton Center. They actually, the tailors there, Tanya and Mateo, actually went ahead and applied these patches for me. They actually had to unstitch the jacket from the bottom, peel open the nylon part that you can see here, and then press the patches on, just so they wouldn't ruin the nylon. There's the inside of the jacket, and then this is the back part again. So you can see what I did with the bleach on the jacket, the patches on the jacket, on the shoes. Got the 306 Yonge patch, got the Wings patch, got the Toronto 306 Gatorade patch from the Gatorade campaign earlier this year for holiday, and then the regular Jumpman patch as well. The DIY process in terms of, the black and the white versions, pardon me, let me get into that. I have the black version, the black jacket. The white jacket was basically just like this one. It had the exact same woven satin reversible side, so the exact same white and black, except you had white denim and then black woven satin on the outside. The black version, which I have right here, I don't know why I didn't pull it out. I haven't DIY'd yet. But here's the black woven one, the black denim with the woven red satin inside, black Jumpman, white flight on the back, red woven satin on the underarms. I made the choice not to get the shoes. Wasn't a fan of the black ones or the white ones just as much, especially the white. I'm gonna want to keep them white for as long as possible, and I know that they would just get mashed up. So that was the reason why I didn't get the white, and the blacks just didn't really pop. The blue joints here, the blue babies here, they're the best ones. I'll show the left tag, the left tongue tag, because the left tongue tag's pretty dope. Air Jordan 4, just like size 11, just like you would see on a Levi's pair of jeans. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the DIY process, honestly, go to the dollar store, buy bleach, buy a paintbrush, or 4 or 5. What else did I buy? A precision knife. I spent about $6, and I spent about 2, maybe 3 hours doing it all. And this is how they turned out. So what I did is I just took a small paintbrush, dipped it in bleach, and then just went to town. I didn't tape anything, I didn't do anything. I completely did it freehand, DIY. As you can tell, the tabs in the back, there's some stains. I did the Jumpman, I did the Wings, and then I went to town with my precision knife along the piping. Now, I'd been talking about this, doing this for a minute, in terms of doing that piping job, and I think I was looking at getting like a Dremel. I just did it manually and it worked out just as well. Now I do want to give a big shout out to Mateo and Tanya again from Levi's at Eaton Center. So you see here on the toe box, right here where this patch goes into the toe box here. When I was doing my DIY process, I hit the stitching. I hit some of the stitching here, and it came out, and I didn't even notice when I did it. So over time, for the past probably 5 or 6 months, the wear on it's been wearing down, and eventually I noticed about a month ago that this was just basically like completely detached. So Levi's at Eaton Center, and I'm not getting paid for this by all. This is not an ad. This is just a huge shout out for customer service and for a great service that they offer there. They repaired it and they restitched it, and you can't even tell. You honestly can't even tell like that it was mashed up. So, and actually this patch here was coming apart too, and they restitched it. It's reinforced all down here now, and you can't even tell. So I just want to give a big shout out to them, because that was super dope. That's the explanation of, you know, the DIY and then the actual jackets themselves. I was able to purchase the shoes, luckily, in my size, and I put them straight to feet basically. The next morning though is when the jacket dropped at 10 a.m. at Yorkdale Mall. I got there at about 7 a.m. And you know, shouts to those who may watch this and helped out with placement in the line, but I ended up being the last person in line when I showed up. And shout out to Yorkdale security too, because they actually stayed there and watched the line the entire time and kept count of the people coming in and out, trying to finesse and trying to say that they weren't gonna, or that they were in line before and they had a list and blah blah blah. Also ended up trading with somebody who was in the line there to resell, and I just asked him to grab my size because I knew I was either gonna get like a double XL or a small, and I ended up with a small in the blue. Came away trading for the large, and then luckily on the black and white, 306 Yonge had them, also first come first serve, so that was a blessing, being able to scoop the black one. I think the black one's a lot more versatile, and there's the red satin, just like it goes with it doesn't go with a lot, but it stands out, and it's just a super dope red. It's very vibrant red. The white and black versions had a lot more pairs and a lot more jackets in comparison to the blue. Blue most limited, white would be the second most limited, black being the fully most limited. And then this collaboration, not only is it like stand in history because of the original Levi's and Jordan 1 501 denim collaboration that came out a long time ago, early 2000s, with the cement print on the inside of the jeans, and oh man, I would love to get my hands on a pair of those. But quality wise as well, just for 2018, we've seen bread toes released this year, great quality. That's what everybody's talking about when it talks about like quality and the highest standard of quality thus this year. I'm gonna put Jeter 11 lows in there too. I own a pair and I think the quality on those is amazing. I think people really slept on those. Apparently those are at outlets now. You can pick those up, so check your local Nike outlet or whatever, because that's a sleeper. Grab those if you can. And then JTH Bio Beige, probably top quality of the year. Price point definitely says yes, $330 Canadian. Was pretty ridiculous, but the quality on those, the detailing, super dope. So that's really it. This video is really long and I apologize. Let me know in the comments what you think, what you liked about this video, what I could do more of. I know this edit's going to take a very long time, but please let me know what you think of my first video. Please hit like, subscribe. If you see the subscribe button up there, please hit that. I think it's below. I don't even know. I'm so new to this. And if you'd like to see more of my collection, more reviews, more stories, things like that, please let me know. Thank you again. This is Soul Obligation. Peace.